And get started. We're getting live everywhere. So let's get started. I'm really excited for this conversation. This conversation I feel like is a really good one for the simple fact that a lot of us want to facilitate a sense of change in our life. We want to do something different in our lives. And in order to do so, we go through this process and we may not fully understand the change process that we're going through, the steps that we're going to have to incur, go through to get the change, to actually see the change in our lives. And so wait a minute before we get started. Who am I? Who's this crazy girl? Hello, everybody. My name is Jackie, Coach Jackie, if you will. I am a money mindset coach. I help female entrepreneurs clear their money blocks, cure their generational wealth curses so they can attract the money and success that they deserve. And the way I honestly like to put it, I help women feel more worthy and deserving of the money they desire. Okay. So the reason a money mindset coach would come to you with such a conversation about the emotional process of your change is because at the end of the day, many of us are really relying on our words. We're relying on our actions to see things happen in our lives, but we're not making the emotional changes needed in order to see a real shift in your life. And so I am the type of person, I love talking about manifestation. And the reason for that being is we are manifesting all the time. I'll say that again. We are manifesting all the time. There is not any point in our lives where we're not manifesting. And do you know what manifestation really is? It is your emotions. You are manifesting every single day at the point of your emotions. Your emotions are where you are attracting, you are repelling, all of that good jazz. And so, the reason I want to talk about the emotional stages that we go through when it comes to changing is because these changes in our mindset, in the way that we feel, are something we all need to do. But in order to really make the change, because let's be honest, most of us are in this cycle of what always has been. What always has been. The way I like to describe it is if you keep dating the same man, and it's the same man because you keep going through the same experiences. If you keep dating the same man, there needs to be a shift. If you keep having month after month after month of consistent no money in your business, there needs to be a shift. And I'm not saying that from a judgment point, because been there, right? But the shift had to be made for me emotionally in order for me to rise to where I was trying to be, right? And I'm continuously shifting. So, one other thing I want to say is this work is continuous. And that's why I want to break down the emotional things that you're going through in order to change anything. You can try and stop smoking. You can try and, lose weight, but there are going to be some stages that you're going to incur along the way. So let's talk about them. I really just want to have this conversation. So, I got myself a little list here. Let's look at it. So, first, you are in the pre-contemplation stage. There's something that you don't like, right? You've noticed there's something you're not digging. And like I said, it could be your weight, but being me, we know Jackie, we know Coach Jackie. I like talking about money. So let's talk about the money. You're not making the money that you want to be making in your business. It's not coming in. This is the uncomfortable conversation. And in order to be in pre-contemplation mode, you actually have to admit you're not doing what you want to be doing. You actually have to admit you're not where you want to be, right? So to be in pre-contemplation mode of whatever it is that you want to change, you have to acknowledge that something's wrong. So pre-contemplation is you pretty much acknowledging like, something just isn't going right, right? I remember when I started my business, I had a coach. at the beginning of my business, I actually had quite a few coaches. I hired quite a few coaches. And one of my coaches that I hired, she was phenomenal. I love her to pieces to this day. And she, gave me all of these strategies to do. And a lot of them didn't align with me. It didn't feel good to me. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. And so I'm sitting here in this point in my business and it's not making money. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Because the sense of not doing any strategy, I did not wanting to do those strategies, I did no strategies. Okay. And the no strategy left to no money. So I had to admit to myself that my business wasn't making any money. Okay. And so that first thing got me into pre contemplation mode of something needs to change. So once you go from the something needs to change, I need to do something different, right? The next step is the actual, where is it? Oh my God, sorry. The actual contemplation of the change. What do I need to do? Who do I need to seek out? Who can help me with this thing? What am I going to do? Like, we need to fix it now. Now it needs to be fixed. And a lot of the times when we got into the contemplation stage, we are really at the point of, man, I don't know what needs to be fixed. I don't know how. I mean, I know what needs to be fixed, but I don't know how it's going to get fixed. I don't know where it's going to get fixed, but I just know I need to make a change. Okay. And it becomes more, you're feeling the difference in the reality of your situation. And again, we're talking money here. So you're feeling the no money, you're feeling the lack, you're feeling the without. You're really feeling it. And now you're contemplating, what do I do next? What do I do next? Right? So then the next thing is, maybe you find someone to help you. Maybe you hire the coach. Maybe you're just preparing, because the next step is preparation. Maybe you're just looking for the answers. Maybe you're asking friends and family, right? But now you're in preparation to actually make the change. Now you're like, hey, something needs to happen. I've got to do something different. Okay. And it's so funny because in this sense of preparation stage, let's say you hire the coach. The coach is like, hey, I'm going to need you to do a few things. You still have to do the next step of actually getting into action on these things. Because as we're trying to change, let's be honest, your pre contemplation stage and the contemplation stage, those probably take the longest. They take the longest because you're trying to decide, what am I going to do? And a lot of the times when we're in these stages of pre-contemplating and contemplating a change, we haven't suffered enough yet. And I hate to put it like that, but for many of us, we don't actually start making changes until we've really suffered. And so being in this state of I'm contemplating and I'm pre-contemplating a change, you're comfortable where you're at, right? Maybe you got a 9 to 5 income that has you comfortable, but you know that doing your business sets your soul on fire. So what are we doing? Right? So in this pre-contemplation and contemplation stages, those probably take the longest because you are taking a long time to decide that you need to do something different. And a lot of us don't decide to do something different until something kicks us in the tail and tells us we need to do something different. And then it's like, oh, okay, let me do something different. Right. And most of the time, it's something that hinders your body, your health. It's something that hinders your bank account before you start to do something different. So these next few steps go the fastest because when you're prepping to do something different, when you're prepping to change your mind, you are literally in this zone of research, curiosity, innovation, where you're finding new ways to take yourself to the next level. Okay. And then you start to get into action, which is step 4, excuse me. Blah, 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 blah. You start to get into action. And I'm telling you, you come work with me. We don't just get in action. We get into what's called inspired action. We do the things that make us feel good. But you start to get into action on these things that you want to see changes. And getting into action on these things right? Whether it be I want to make more money in my business, it's going to look like the things that feel good to you, the things that exude good emotions. Because, like I said at the beginning, your emotions are what manifests. So, if you want to make more money in your business, it's about how you're feeling now. That's going to create it. And how you're feeling now, it can look like actions that you're taking, right? You could just do the things that make you feel good. That's been my message to everybody recently, and I'm not going to stop yelling it from the rooftops. It's about doing the things that make you feel good. And the more that you do the things that make you feel good, the more that you attract things that feel good to you. So, when we are going through these emotional stages of change, right? When we start off pre-contemplating, am I going to make the change? Contemplating, maybe I need to make the change. Getting into preparation of the change, right? The next actions should feel good. They should be actions that are motivated by the fact that, hey, you're on your way to exactly where you're meant to be, right? I don't want to say should feel good. You want them to feel good. I ain't making you nothing. Okay. If you, sorry, if you don't want to feel good, you ain't got to feel good. Okay. If you don't want to feel good, that is your prerogative. You hear me? You ain't got to feel good, but I would love for you to. Right. And so then the next step to all of this is maintenance, maintaining it. When it comes to your attraction mode, if you are attracting at the point in which you feel good, it's time to maintain that. How do you maintain it? You continue to feel good. You continue to look for reasons to feel good, especially when it comes to attracting the money amount that you desire. When you feel good about the money you have now, when you feel good about the service that you're able to provide now, you are getting into a sense of attraction mode because you know God, angels, universe, they all want you to feel good, and they're going to do nothing but send things to you to feel good again and again and again. So having maintenance is continuously doing the things that make you feel good, meditating, praying, excuse me, I'm so sorry. It's on the tip of my tongue. Vision boards, right? Doing vision boards, doing the things that make you feel good will continue to attract more things to you. So, maintenance is showing up for yourself daily. Maintenance is showing up for yourself habitually, right? Regularly. And it's funny because I was listening to Esther Hicks this morning and she made a really valiant point about even when you're showing up habitually, try not to do the same thing every day. When you keep things fun, like really, when you keep things fun, hey, what's up? When you keep things fun and you keep doing things over and over again that feel good to you and they're habitual to you, right? This is that habit. And it's not the same thing every day, right? It's something that, okay, today I worked out on my bike. Tomorrow I may take a hike. The next day I may walk around the block. When you're doing things habitually that make you feel good, that you don't keep doing the same thing every day and you keep showing up differently every day and it becomes fun, it makes you more motivated to do it. But I encourage you to habitually sign up to show up for yourself so you can glow up. All right. So what's up, Tailored Biz Solutions? I'm so sorry. I was mid thought. I was like, what? But yes, love it. And step 5, I mean, excuse me, step 6, in real all honesty, you're going to have a relapse. You are going to have days that don't feel good. You are going to have thoughts that aren't serving you. You are going to have feelings that are going to bring about things that you don't want. These things are going to happen. In your change process, these things are going to happen. And so my encouragement to you is be nice to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. If you're noticing that you're having a bad day, it is okay. Turn it around the best way you can, right? But you want to go back to feeling good. You always want to go back to feeling good because you attract at the point in which you feel. And so when we're bringing in and calling in the things that we want in our lives and we're making changes, we have to give ourselves grace. You're going to relapse. It's going to happen. Okay? And that is always all right if you get right back up again. So, Let's go back over these emotional stages one more time, right? You start off when you're trying to make a change, you start off pre-contemplating. There may be a problem. I kind of don't like this. It don't feel so nice. You're pre-contemplating. Then you really contemplate. No, this is something I want to change. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to start to do something different. These are the steps I'm going to start taking, I think. And then you go from there to I'm actually going to take some whole life preparation on this and get ready. I'm going to start getting myself together. I'm going to hire the coach. I'm going to prepare, the habitual plan in the morning, right? Where I'm meditating and I'm journaling and I'm doing these things to make myself feel good. Then you go from preparation into action. Inspired action. Now you're taking action. It starts to feel good because you're actually in action on the things that you want to change. Oh, thank you, Taylor Biz. Yes. It could be things that, you emotionally are trying to just once you get into action on what you're doing. And it's like I said earlier, it is about doing the things that feel good. These are actions that feel good. When we're attracting money, when we're attracting anything, it could even be love. You could be in a room with somebody that you're trying, like you are meant to attract, but you're in the corner looking sad. You're not going to really attract that person. Sorry, guys. Sorry. You're not going to really attract that person, right? Sorry. Woo, when I get a call, I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But you're really not going to attract that person because you aren't at the. God, dog it. He's like, you're ignoring my call. You're not on the energetic level that they want that they're at. And it's going to be a level that feels good. When you attract love, love feels good. Love is not stressful, love is not crazy, love feels good. I even heard someone tell me one day love does not hurt. Love does not hurt. When I heard that, I was like, oh, love doesn't hurt. That's actually a true statement. Love doesn't hurt. Love feels good. So you're going to be in a good feeling state when you attract love. Same thing with money. You're going to be in a good feeling state when you attract money. Okay? So when you get into action, it's about getting into action on the things that feel good and then maintain those things. Maintain them constantly. Constantly keep up with the things that feel good to you. Okay? And then if you relapse, honey, don't give yourself a hard time. Don't beat yourself up because shit happens. We know that. You know that. It happens. Keep showing up for you. Keep putting in the effort to feel good for you. Keep doing what's best for you. It's important. You're important. And so these are the emotional stages when it comes to change. If you are in pre-contemplation or if you are contemplating clearing your money blocks, if you are in a stage where you know that you could be making more money than you are making right now, any money, if it's no money. And I know that you can. And you know that you can because you know that the money that you deserve and desire is your birthright. So, with that being stated, I have no, not a challenge, an online training just for you next Wednesday. So, Wednesday, May the 3rd is when this online training will be. And I want to see you there. If you're in pre-contemplation or contemplation or even in preparation to clear your money blocks, this is the perfect preparation situation. This is it right here. It's time for you to feel good about money. It's time for you to feel good about attracting money. It's time for you to feel good in general, feel worthy and deserving of everything that you desire. It is your time. And I'm here to make sure that you feel high vibe and good at all times. Because if you are attracting at the point in which you are emotionally connected, I need for all of your emotions to only feel good so you can attract everything that you deserve. So if you're ready to feel good, if you're ready to attract everything you deserve, I need for you to show up for Clear Your Money Blocks online training. I'm going to slap this in the comments. And then Instagram, I'll put them in the thing afterwards. But I want you to come to this training. It will change your life forever. Because once you learn this stuff, and I tell my people this all the time, once you learn this stuff, you will never be the same again. Once you learn this stuff, you are going to step into your light in such a different way that, in all honesty, You will be showing up for yourself different. You will be walking in your light differently because the more you feel good, the better your results will be. Mm, 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 mm. So join me, Clear Your Money Blocks online training. I would love to see you there. It is going to do nothing but change your mind, change your life. Have the best day ever.